is Cynthia, and today my group members Marta, Nav, Emma, and Steven will be presenting about psychological safety, communication, resiliency, and civility. First, we will be going over the importance of resiliency and civility, followed by a short 3-minute skit about the impact of low morale, incivility, and lacking psychological safety on team functioning. Later on, my group members and I will also be finishing off the presentation by going over psychological safety, communication, and ways to promote resiliency and civility.
Okay, I'll talk about resiliency. According to American Psychological Association, resiliency is the ability to adapt, recover, and maintain well-being in the face of adversity, stress, or challenging circumstances. In healthcare, it refers to, for individuals, a nurse's capacity to cope with emotional strain, setbacks, or high-pressure situations while continuing to provide safe and compassionate care. And for teams, a group's collective ability to problem solving, communicate effectively, and sustain performance during crisis, for example, staffing shortage or critical incidents.
Importance of resilience. Resilience is a skill that helps us to grow, adapt, and thrive in life. First, resilience helps us to reflect and learn from our past experiences. When we look back and understand what happened, we learn how to manage our emotions better. This leads to smarter decisions and strong relationships. Secondly, it promotes adaptability. Life is full of changes, and resilience gives us flexibility to adjust to new situations and bounce back from setbacks. Number three, resilient people are better problem solver. Instead of feeling stuck, they can look at the challenge, think it through, and find a solution. Number four, resilience improves our ability to handle stress. It helps us to stay calm and recover more quickly from tough times, which is great for our mental health.
Okay, let's move to civility. According to the research and evidence-based approach to integrate civility, professionalism, and ethical practice into nursing curricula by Hughes, civility is defined as expressing respect for others while honoring differences, discussing them in a strong and healthy, and treating one another with dignity, honor, and respect. What if there is incivility in the workplace? The impact could be first, decreased teamwork. Incivility and bullying erode trust, making collaboration difficult. Second, reduced communication. Employees may hesitate to share information or assist colleagues. Next, lower engagement. Affected employees are less motivated and more likely to disengage. The research also suggests that highly committed individuals has an even greater impact of incivility, which lead to increased job dissatisfaction and a higher chance of withdrawing from work responsibilities. Incivility also increased absenteeism. Stress from mistreatment can lead to more sick days. Lastly, impact patient safety in nursing. In healthcare, the consequences of incivility can result in life-threatening mistakes, preventable complications, and harm or even death of a patient. Next, we will present a video shows in a nursing unit that staff are suffering from low moral, incivility, and a lacking of psychological safety. All right, let's do a team check. Let's make this quick. Okay. We've got 5 discharges, 2 new admits, and not enough staff. Nav, you take room from 1 to 4. Vincia, you've got 5 to 8. Steven, stick with whoever has time. Marta, same routine as always.
I had a rough time with room number 2, and then the plan was so unclear. Is it okay if I can review with someone before I take care of the patient?
Seriously? You need help? The shift hasn't even started. What are they even teaching in nursing school?
I know, I just don't want to make a mistake.
Nav, you've got this. We don't have time for hand holding. It's time of the learning curve.
Actually looked at patient two's chart last night. Is that okay if I help now to this meeting?
Now the student's teaching the new grad. Do you want to lead the huddle, Steven?
Guys, that's not helpful. Everyone's trying their best, and we all had to start somewhere.
Marta, please let the nurses handle the care plans. There's breakfast and vitals need to be done.
I'm just saying, we're supposed to be a team. If someone speaks up and they get shut down, they're not going to ask any more questions.
Guess what? I'll just bring it again.
Don't worry, I'll show you what I found in the chart.
Too much babying these days.
Okay, Ningxia, don't forget the work care in room 7. Nav, please stay on top of your charting. We cannot have documentation errors. And someone need to follow up with the pharmacy about the bed delay. Okay, that's it. Let's get to it.
Quick one. I feel like being a bit quiet today in the huddle. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just feel like I don't belong here anymore. I mean, even if I ask them for help, I got room number 2, he's a new patient, new admit, and then even the care plan isn't good. I don't know what to do, where to get support from.
It's okay. You do belong here. But I know what you mean. I'll help you when you need help.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Guys, I overheard what you were talking about. I know the meeting was a bit hostile. I'm sorry about that. But you do belong here. It's the environment that's the problem, not you. So at our next staff meeting, I'll bring it up to management and help advocate for you.
Thanks, Martha. Thanks for your support. I mean, I don't want to do things wrong, right? You know, I'm a new graduate. I need extra support. And I'm just trying to do things right.
We all belong here. It's just hard when you're afraid to ask for help.
I understand. Well, change has to start somewhere, so I'll help you guys out to make this environment more psychologically safe.
Thank you so much.
What is psychological safety? According to Edmondson, psychological safety is a belief that one will not be judged for speaking up about their concerns, questions, ideas, and mistakes. Psychological safety is also part of the foundation of effective teamwork, collaboration, and patient safety. What are some barriers to psychological safety? According to Brownlee and Son, some barriers include hierarchy, fear of judgment, lack of confidence, and poor communication. First, hierarchy can be intimidating, especially when there is a significant power dynamic, for instance, power tripping management and senior healthcare workers. Students or junior staff may feel intimidated to speak up or question decisions because they are on the bottom of the hierarchy. Without support from leadership, ideas and concerns are often suppressed, which compromises client safety. Secondly, fear of judgment. Team members may hesitate to ask questions or offer suggestions because they worry about being perceived as incompetent or inexperienced. This fear interferes with contributions even when they are valid and potentially life-saving, thus affecting client safety. Another barrier is lack of confidence. Especially in newer nurses or students, they may feel that they lack the knowledge or authority to speak up, and most times they will remain silent, even when they recognize a problem. And lastly, poor communication. Poor communication includes interrupting, ignoring ideas, or failing to clarify expectations. This affects the trust and cooperation within the team. When people don't feel heard or understood, they are less likely to engage and thus will be affecting client safety.
Strategies to improve psychological safety. According to BC Nurses Union, strategies including encourage open dialogue, creating a workplace where co-workers and supervisors are supportive of one another's psychological wellness and mental health concerns, and respond appropriately when needed. Flatten hierarchy. Creating a workplace where there is effective leadership and support, and all people know how they are contributing to the organization's goals, values, and strategic direction. Normalize mistakes as learning opportunities. Creating a workplace characterized by trust, honesty, and fairness. Also providing training on psychological safety.
Here are some barriers to effective communication, and it can be broken down into 4 types of factors. First is the psychological factors. These include a lack of confidence or fear of speaking up, fatigue, emotional distress, language barrier, and a lack of psychological safety. The lack of psychological safety kind of ties in with the lack of confidence or fear of speaking up, because new grads or young nurses who don't have a lot of experience may fear that if they speak up or if they ask questions, they may get shut down or be told that they should know this already. So not having a psychologically safe environment is definitely going to affect the communication. Next is the environmental factors. So lots of noise on the unit, interruptions or distractions, a lack of privacy, and a fast-paced environment. So all those factors are going to obviously affect communication, especially the lack of privacy, because on a unit that has so much going on, there's certain types of information that you can't disclose just anywhere, and that has to be in a private setting if it's private information. So if that's not available, then the communication doesn't occur, and communication errors happen. Next is the systemic factors, so hierarchy, inadequate staffing, large patient loads, and inadequate training. So those things aren't necessarily controlled by the nursing staff, but more the system that has been set up. And lastly, there's the interpersonal factors like poor handover, lack of mutual respect or trust in the workplace, and a difference in opinions. So these are the interpersonal problems within the team that will lead to an ineffective communication as well.
As we saw in our skit, a lack of civility in healthcare can lead to stress, miscommunication, and even patient safety risk. That's why promoting civility is so important. Here are 4 key strategies we can use to create more respectful and professional environment, and what our team in the skit could have done better to apply them. Number 1. Lead by example. Emma, as a charge nurse, should have remained calm, listened to Nav's concern, and encouraged Stephen's offer to help. Her rushed and dismissive approach discouraged open communication and teamwork. Number 2. Establish clear expectations. Emma should have used the team huddle to reinforce respectful interactions. Cynthia's mocking remarks should have been addressed as unacceptable to maintain professionalism. Number 3. Encourage open communication. Nav should have felt supported when asking for help. Instead of dismissing her, Emma and Cynthia could have acknowledged her effort and encouraged a learning mindset. Stephen's willingness to help should have been welcomed, not mocked. Number 4. Foster a supportive environment. Only Martha stepped up to support her colleagues. Emma and Cynthia should have followed her example, encouraging collaboration rather than shutting people down. A supportive team helps everyone to grow.
Here are some ways of promoting personal resilience. So first would be to adapt a positive mindset by doing things such as keeping things in perspective, which is easier said than done, but try to look at the bigger picture and find positives in a negative situation. Also making realistic goals that you can achieve or you can work towards achieving, rather than crazy broad ones that you can't see an end to achieving. And accept things as they happen rather than suppressing your emotions, because if you suppress them, they will come out at some point, and you should let them come out in a controlled environment so you can deal with them as they happen. Also, creating healthy relationships is really important. So you finding people that you can confide in, and people that you trust, and you can be open about how you're feeling, is really healthy. So, and speaking of health, also take care of your health, both mental and physical. So mental could be confiding in people, could also be just journaling or therapy or whatever it is that works for you. And for physical health as well. So eating a healthy diet, exercise, and then socializing and spending time outdoors is also good for mental health. So, yeah.
Team resilience is the ability of a group to adapt, recover, and maintain high performance despite stress, adversity, or high-pressure situations. In healthcare, according to Brantley, resilient teams provide safer patient care, communicate more effectively under pressure, and sustain morale even during challenges. Here are three strategies to promote team resilience. The first one is daily huddles. It's a quick check-in to voice concerns. For example, what are the challenges today? And the second one is flexible staffing. It is the ability to adjust assignments during high-pressure periods. And the third one is after-action reviews. Post-incident meetings focus on solutions, not blame. Daily huddles are important because it prevents small issues from escalating by addressing them proactively. It boosts team cohesion through regular structured communication, and it reduces stress by creating predictability in chaotic environments. The importance is no blaming. We only focus on problem solving and psychological safety and trust building exercises. For flexible staffing, it is important because it prevents burnout by redistributing workloads during crisis. It improves patient safety by ensuring no one is overwhelmed. It builds trust as staff know they will be supported. And post-incident reviews are important because it turns errors into learning opportunities, not blame. It reduces repeated incident by fixing systematic gaps, and it strengthens psychological safety by normalizing open discussion. Thank you.
Here's our references. Thanks for watching.